Hello, dear friends. Today I wanted to tune in live to share with you the lessons and reflections from the 3-day silent spiritual retreat that I partook in over a week ago now. And a week ago today, I turned 40. That's a big number, and I'm entering into a new decade, and I never thought that I would feel as good as I feel now, and that my life would be where it's at now. But before the big day came, of course, there was questions of what am I going to do for the big day. In the past, when I was a child, we always celebrated with my family, and we had little get-togethers and parties at home in Poland with friends. Then when we arrived to the US, my birthdays were pretty much over because my father passed away just 3 days before my 14th birthday. So for the longest time, I had no joy and no excitement around my birthdays. And the more time passed, the more I was able to allow myself to be joyous again around that time and celebrate. And when I did, it was again with friends. Most of the time we would go out and go to a club or have a big party. It was always loud and exciting. And so this time around I thought, okay, what big thing am I going to do for my 40th birthday? And at first I thought, I had several options. I thought of maybe going to a women's retreat in Mexico or going on a cruise. And then I had this, as I call it, divine guidance. And when this divine guidance turns on, it's like there is this voice that's very distinct. It's not that voice that's always talking, that inner critic, that monkey mind, as I call it. It's a calm voice, and it's very clear, and it gives me very clear directions as to what to do. And it did tell me to go into silence and find a place where I can work within myself. So right away, I listened. And of course, the perfect opportunity showed up, and I was able to join a 3-day silent spiritual retreat that was just a few hours away here in Florida. So when I went there, as much as I want to say that I had no expectations, I did. I went there to get insights, get life lessons, get inspired and motivated. However, when we arrived there on the first day, everybody had their own separate little cabins, and you got to be in the cabin. And when I first arrived, I got really uncomfortable because being in Florida, if you've ever been here, oh man, it's really, really hot and really, really humid. And on the first day when I arrived, the weather was exactly like that. So right away, my mind is like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? It's going to be so hot, I can't handle it. But I recognized that monkey mind right away, and I said, okay, just chill out. We're going to be okay. And the first day, I thought I'm going to receive insights, and the expectations that I had, they were not fulfilled. And I was struggling. On the second day, we did more work with the facilitators in silence. And again, nothing happened. And the only thing that was happening is my mind. My mind just couldn't stop. And it started on the second day, it began to doubt the process. I began to get very frustrated, and I thought, damn it, I made the wrong decision. Why am I even here? Why did I spend all this money? I could be doing something else that's more fun and more exciting. Instead, I'm out here in the jungle, being uncomfortable and in silence and not receiving that which I thought I'm going to receive. And like I said, I almost wanted to leave. And when the third day came, I decided that I'm going to hit a reset button on my attitude and on my mindset. But very quickly, as soon as I made that decision, the mind once again turned on. And it's a sneaky little bastard, because while it was happening, I wasn't even aware that that's what's going on and that the monkey is trying to distract me from the work that I came there to do. And also I realized that the monkey set up these expectations of how it's going to be, what's going to happen at what time, and and so on. So on the third evening of this retreat, when we went into a ceremony state, I did my best to clear my mind. And gosh, that little monkey bastard still was turning on, talking to me, giving its opinions, points of views, why this is not working out, how I thought it's going to work out. It, again, got me to the point where it was so loud that I literally had to tell myself, just shut up, please, and let's just be in silence. And in order for me to silence my mind, I did what I practice. It's called an energetic reset. So I was very grateful that I remembered that tool in that moment, because by me using that, I call it a mindset hack, I was able to literally quiet my mind down and just be present in the moment. And boy, did that work. After I surrendered and energetically reset myself, all the messages started to come in, all the lessons, all the knowledge. And it's not really knowledge, it's remembering, because everything that we need to know, we already know, except we forget. So through mentors, teachers, experiences, we are simply reminded of our truth. And once I got to that point of receiving and being open to receiving, here were the lessons. When you hear of something, like a program or an experience, or maybe there is a product, and all of you lights up and you feel very light about it, then take immediate action and say yes, book it, pay for it, be done with it. However, as we all go through this, once the time arrives to either start the program and you're in the program, start working with someone, start using this product, your mind is going to turn on and it's going to begin to doubt. It's going to begin to doubt the process. It's going to begin to doubt the teachers, and it will do everything possible for you to back out of your commitment. Because the monkey mind, it operates on a level of fear and complacency. It's very comfortable keeping you where you're at. And when you get that feeling of lightness, like, yes, this is something that is right for me, that message is coming as a direct download from your divine guidance, whatever you want to call it. And when you act on it, it's going to help create monumental changes in your life. But because our conscious monkey mind is so programmed in keeping us safe that it feels like this type of change is not safe for us. So then it begins to doubt and try to pull you out so that you don't change. And we all go through this. And I was really surprised as to how deep I was in my mind, because after all, my speciality is dealing with the monkey mind and reprogramming the subconscious beliefs. But my big lesson was I had to go through that because I had to feel it and be in it once again so that I can hold even better space for my clients, because they all go through that. Any time that we commit to working with someone that is not the answer, but is, I guess, maybe the answer to moving us forward into direction which serves our highest good, the monkey mind is going to turn on. And it doesn't matter who you are and how much work you've done, it's going to be on. However, the key is to continue forward, because the decision that you made in the moment of feeling light is the right decision. And just sticking with it, trusting the process, and losing all attachment to expectations. The expectations are the end of us, simply because when we have expectations, these expectations come from our mind. The mind tries to create a story. When you sign up for something, right away it's like, oh, it's going to be like this, or it's going to be like that. BS. It's not. Just when you notice that your monkey mind is turning on, I suggest doing the energetic reset. I know I keep talking about it, and I will share with you how to do this reset. But once you do that, then you tune yourself back into yourself. And another big lesson was that we are energetic beings having an experience in this physical body. And anything that we ask for, if we just let go of the thought and and thinking that we have to know how it's going to show up, how it's going to work out, and all of that jargon, and we just align ourselves with the feeling that we wish to receive with that experience, it's going to come to us. Many times people ask me, how do you get clients? And the right people, they just show up. They find me. And when I am in allowance of just being in my vision and knowing that my mission here is to help people in creating the next chapters of their dream lives, and showing them what's possible without having attachment of, oh my gosh, where will my next speaking engagement come from? Where will my next client come from? And I just ease into that while taking inspired action that shows up right in front of me. Everything just works out like magic, to the point that I have to remind myself that every single thing that I've ever dreamed of or thought I would like to create in my life has shown up. And the big reminder was from this divine source. It pretty much shook me and said, can't you see? Everything that you've ever asked for, I've given it to you. And living in Southern California, I went through so many life changes there, so many life wipeouts. I mean, I went, at least 4 that I can think of, starting over. And each time I was going through this life wipeout, I thought, oh my God, I don't know how I will be able to continue. But then again, I would focus on the vision and just trust, using all these tools that over the years I have acquired and accumulated, which now are neatly packaged in the Dream Life formula, have been able to carry me through. And each time I was able to receive more than I thought would be possible for me. In time when I was living in California, I thought that I wouldn't be able to travel as much, because at one point I had a mortgage to carry on my own, a car payment, everything that comes with owning a home in Southern California. And I had a healing center and all the expenses that came with that. However, even during those times, I was able to travel, explore, learn, and anytime that I saw something that would sing to my heart and I would feel, wow, that really is in alignment with me and my highest good, and I would just go for it, it worked out. The money always showed up, the time would show up, the right people would show up. So really, even though you may be experiencing hardship in your life, check in with yourself and be clear on what it is that you would desire to create in your life. Because without that clarity, you are just all over the place, and you are manifesting that which you focus on the most. So if you are experiencing hardship and not well-being for a long time, do yourself a favor. Sit down with yourself and see what it is that you're allowing yourself to feel and think most of the time, because that is what you are manifesting in your life. Don't be scared to get real with yourself, because we are all individuals. However, we are all connected. And when you're focusing on things that are maybe negative and focusing on not feeling well, be careful, because then you may attract people, situations, feelings, and emotions that are in alignment with that. And that's not what you want to be aligned with. So I am happy to announce that today is the day that I am launching the Dream Life Formula website. It's been in the works. I've been behind the scenes working on it. I have an amazing team working with me so that I can bring forth this information, this knowledge to you, and once again put myself out there and to the tribe, to my tribe, to the people that resonate with this message, the ones that I am for them, that light that they feel, okay, yes, she has something that will help me in busting through my old blocks. And I am beyond humbled by having this opportunity to work with my clients, with my peers, with people that come into my life, and doing this work that's uniquely mine. I don't work how most people work. We don't only do coaching. We do coaching and we get to the subconscious mind. We clear out the old subconscious limiting beliefs. Because no matter how many books you read, how many inspirational videos and movies you watch, no matter how many workshops or seminars you go to, if you don't do the work to clear out your subconscious mind, it's like covering shit with paper and thinking that it's not gonna stink anymore and that it's not gonna be there. It's still there. So we need to clear the shit out, to have a clean space so that your subconscious mind can actually accept and imprint these new beliefs. Because how we operate is all based on our subconscious mind and subconscious beliefs. And those beliefs, believe it or not, and probably most of you know this, they are formed from the moment we are born. So from 0 to 6 or 7 years old. And by 7 years old, we are programmed machines. And from that programming, we are attracting that which is familiar and which fits with our program. So for those that may be watching that have small kids, be very, very mindful with everything that you share with them, everything that they see, everything that they hear. Because between 0 to, I'll say 7, just to be on the safe side, because sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 7, it's being programmed. And that is their platform of what they will be attracting into their lives. So again, let's check, am I complete here? Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Don't listen to the naysayers. If you have an outrageous idea, go for it. Because we are not placed on this planet to do mediocre things and to be complacent and to be like everybody else. We are all individuals creating our own magic. And if I can do it, and if I can now step into a life of a world traveler, which is beginning in January, while working this business, you can do anything. You can do anything. When I arrived here in the U.S. In the beginning of high school and my father died, I thought that my whole life was over. And it was not. I would have never thought that this would be possible for me. But if this can be possible for me, whatever you desire is possible for you. And if you feel like you're ready to get guidance and get structure, this is why I created the Dream Life Formula. It was because I was mad, actually. I was mad because I went to school for all these years, high school and university, and nobody teaches us how we are supposed to create what we desire in life. And there are bits and pieces of this information through The Secret and through this book or that book, but there isn't anything that I have found that really tells you how to really make it happen, because there's many different pieces. It's not just thinking positive thoughts. It's not just saying affirmations. It's not just taking inspired action. It's not just sitting and meditating. It's so much more than that. And after 10 years of doing this work and me seeing the lightness in a mentor that really put me out of my comfort zone in a big way, the mentor that I was working with, I invested in myself on a much bigger level than ever before. It made me very, very uncomfortable. But now, because of that discomfort and because of the huge investment that I made in myself, I was able to see how all this knowledge and all this work that I've done through working in groups, working with the individuals, opening a healing center, doing healing work. Who would have thought I would be doing that? There was a system. There was a formula hidden within that. And unless I would have invested in myself and went out of my comfort zone, I would have not been able to discover this probably for a long time. So I welcome you to come check out my website, The Dream Life Formula. I do have free resources on there. Please take advantage of them. That's why I created them. It doesn't cost you anything. On there, I also have my number one mindset hack, which is the energetic reset. The energetic reset is what helped me receive full teachings of this silent retreat, and it helps me every day when I feel my mind is driving me nuts. So I give gifts to you through the website, which I will post on here. And I would love it if you share my website with others that you feel would benefit and that are ready to create new chapters in their lives. You can begin creating new chapter in your life as soon as you make a decision that you're ready to do it. And then it doesn't have to be me. Maybe there is some other program, some other teacher, someone else, or maybe it is me that you feel has the answer to the next step as to what to do. I wish that this existed when I left my corporate job and was ready to create. But there wasn't. But 10 years later, there is. And I am proud to say that I created it. So, yes, now I feel complete. Thank you so much for all of you for tuning in and listening. And if you ever have any questions or need help, please feel free to reach out to me. And the website is live, thedreamlifeformula.com.